So today I'd like to review some basic techniques for doing colored pencil. One of the most important things about colored pencil is that it's very difficult to do a good job just going one direction with the pencil. I want to encourage you to do multiple directions because you're going to get much better coverage, and the reason why is all of the drawing papers that you use are bumpy to a certain degree, and that's good. It's so that the if you paint the paper or if you're working with any kind of shading where you need to smear it, it'll hold those colors well. However, it just takes a little extra care. So you can see that this went from this to this, and there is a difference there. So that's the first thing to keep in mind, is to keep going different directions. If you're patching areas together, meaning you just finished this area but you need to extend it out, you just, same technique, and you can actually get it fairly consistent that way, where you can't tell where you left off. If you don't do enough directions, you'll get something like this where it looks kind of patchy. Alright, the next thing I wanted to review is color blending. So when you are working with the colored pencils, you can get some great effects by using the colors in layers. So I'm using a red first, and then if I take a lighter color over it especially, it'll really make it sort of glow more. Or you can do the opposite and start with a lighter color and streak a little bit of a darker color on top. I would like to make this area in here just a little darker. If you're not familiar with using complementary colors, it's the colors that are opposite each other on the color wheel. So I can come in, off to the side a little bit, with a little bit of green on here, believe it or not, and that's going to tone down the red so that it looks darker, without totally changing and adding. If you add black, it might sort of obliterate the color. It would make it darker, but sometimes it's better to just take the opposite of a color. So we have a color wheel over at this edge of the room there that you can use anytime you like to figure out what the opposite is of whatever color you'd like. And there's one more thing I'd like to review, and that is a 3D effect. So I'm going to try that on the earmuffs here. I'm going to come in with a lot of pressure, not to break my lead, which I just did, of course. Let's do it over here with some blue instead. I can't believe this. Let's see what one is not going to break here. It's always nice when this happens when you're on camera. Okay, it's a little hard to see here. Let me move this over. Let's try it with yellow. So if I really push, this is ridiculous. I'm so sorry. I'm about to give up. It's Monday. I'm recording this. Okay, if this doesn't happen, I'm just turning off the record button, okay? Alright, so I'm pressing harder here, not so hard that I'm going to break it. And then I'm going around the outer edges of whatever I want to look three-dimensional. There's a little blue there, but that's okay. And then as I come in, I'm blending it in circles. So I do want it lighter towards the middle part to make it look more three-dimensional. To be a little careful, because on something like this it can end up looking strange because there's a texture on there. I want to show that this is fuzzy, so I may want to kind of come in, and that's my third break, no, fourth break of the color pencil. I hope this doesn't happen to you. I'm just trying to add a little fuzzy texture, and I'm barely hanging in there with this pencil head. Alright, well, that is probably enough for now. I'm pushing my luck. Thank you, everyone.